everyone. Welcome back to Aetherfall, Hidden Engines, Episode 2. We're going ahead and I'm Chris Bungie. I'm going to be your storyteller today. We'll do a pass around the table with everyone, do our introductions of your name and your character. We'll start with you.
Name's Sean, and I'm playing Vulcus the Warlock.
My name is Ron. I'll be playing Hallis Ashwood.
My name is Nick. I will be playing Godric Velmork.
Who will not be appearing sober in this episode, by the way.
No.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel. I'm going to be playing Jettison today.
And with that, Nathaniel would like to give us a recap of the last episode.
All right. Last time on Aetherfall, our intrepid adventurers took contract with one of the sky cities. Some intrepid corporation shadowy dealings were done. However, after taking contract, we go back into the city, pass through some strange environs, overgrown city ruins and the like, to the circus?
Calabar's Carnival.
To Calabar's Carnival. While at Calabar's Carnival, we get into a mite of trouble. Our dwarf companion seems to have gotten himself into a bit of a scrap, but through no fault of my own. However, afterwards, we seem to have become quite chummy with the carnival's owner, as well as meeting with some others who might be searching for the same prize that we are looking for ourselves. And I believe I'm not missing anything important.
We? You mean me? I drank with the guy. You with Ulysses.
We won his heart over with our charm and our wit. And Ulysses drinking.
Jettison's has charm?
In abundance.
It's in a bottle at home somewhere.
Yes.
You left it in the suit.
Oh, my charisma modulators. Malfunctioning. And so as we start, we're going to pick up right where we left off. You just made a deal with Filigree to accompany you.
Right.
You met her and her unusual companions. Vera Askew, the gnome who is the center of her own little solar system. And the Green Knight, toting a very large greatsword. No idea what's going on there.
He likes swords. Don't judge him. We all have our hobbies.
About to cut off his own head and run giggling into the night. 1 year!
Completely went over my head that they had a Green Knight with them.
So, by the way, that's the classiest will ever be, a Green Knight reference. I can feel everyone Googling that reference right now. Okay, anyway. So, as we look at the coast, so you and Ulysses are, well, you are less inebriated than Ulysses.
But not by much.
Which is impressive also, because Ulysses probably outweighs you is at least double your weight, if not more.
Oh, don't worry. It'll come in later.
It's becoming night. The sun is setting. You're gonna hear the sounds of just recordings kind of powering up, and the sound of like old time mechanical symphony start piping through. And you're going to start hearing the sounds of fireworks popping off into the night. You're currently in the open air kind of beer garden. There is that central spoke, and then those trailing streamers out the way. Most of the people who are in this location are also at least a little bit inebriated. By the way, the sound masking enchantment upon you has faded.
Okay.
Filigree seems to be reclining. It made it very clear that the time for discussing business is over. Like, it's just enjoying the night. Give me an insight.
Okay.
Jettison, the gnome was kind of fawning over you at the last time, and you're...
Social contact.
Positive reinforcements.
Outside of my war suit.
That's right.
16 on insight.
She seems uneasy.
Okay.
And like, she's also drinking quite, although at no point does she seem inebriated. She's had several drinks, several strong drinks by the looks of things. And although like looking around, like Vera apparently is just a peace with the world, sitting cross-legged, watching her little happy constellation, her happy little orbiting, kind of trying to pet Jettison on occasion.
Don't touch me.
It's bad for your health.
I appreciate you seeming to not be disgusted by me, but the touching feels strange.
Can I purchase a cigar somewhere?
Yes, there'll be cigar girls
Okay.
passing and everything around.
Yeah, I think I'll purchase 2 of them. Light mine, and then light the other one and hand it to Filigree.
Obliged.
There's just people walking around with little trays of cigars.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So, by the way, as you also give me insight. Valkus, what are you doing during this?
Brooding. More or less.
That's a terrible thing to roll on. That's going to be a 15.
Every time the fireworks go off, Ulysses' jaw clenches, and like you were singing up till recently, and these things started kicking off. He's no longer engaged in the festivities. He's going to go very quiet.
I think I'm like sinking into a love seat. The pair of glasses on. Look over at him. Doesn't he wear his uniform?
No, he's dressed in kind of like, it's not really a kimono. It's layers of expensive fabric. He dresses very much the look of like a warlord, you'd imagine. Just incredibly opulent, but he wears the one thing that is out of place is his commander, his captain's badge.
Opulence, I has it.
I'll look over, see a person next to me drinking a bottle. Take it and just give it to Ulysses. My liquor!
You get this like small like skittering gnome and just like, and then like sees who you hand it to and just immediately shuts down. You see that Ulysses' 3 children have retired for the evening. You're not sure exactly when they left. You were a little preoccupied.
I don't know what time it is.
Yeah, exactly. So you have seen that the fireworks shows are a semi-regular occurrence. There doesn't seem to be any kind of rhyme or reason to them. It's sort of like the machines that originally created the fireworks show for the celebration occasionally just kick on, and these fireworks will start up. So it appears to be a particularly big show this evening, lighting up the entire pinks, blues, oranges, just bright shining up the entire night.
I'm going to buy one of the cigars
Okay.
and cut it in half and give it to Ecliptic. He's just too small for an entire cigar. He can have half of one, though. It's a celebration.
Is he going to
Something.
smoke it or eat it?
It is his choice to do as he wishes. I'll light it for him at the very least.
You give me perception.
If I see a fucking rat on the bar smoking a cigar, I'm like,
A rat with tendrils.
Time for bed.
it's bedtime.
Who now speaks in the voice of Danny DeVito? What you fucking
12.
So as you are there, and you give that, Ecliptic will take several puffs and just devour the whole thing entirely. Just suck it right in.
Glad he's enjoying it.
Just gills will just emit smoke. You notice that there are you clock several other rats. Not behaving as rats should.
I'm going to cast Speak with Animal. It'll take me a minute, but...
Okay. So you're just drinking. Anyone else do?
Drinking?
What? Are you the Virgin Shirley Temple?
Yes, I'm a Virgin Shirley Temple. I don't imbibe poison, nor do I smoke it.
I don't smoke it either.
You live in it.
Ecliptic just has a problem.
My liquids are
Don't call it your liquids.
healthy. Why do you think my skin is as light and clean as it always is?
And fucking transparent.
It's not transparent, actually. It's just the veins like to pop out of the leathery hide.
Palace, as you're sitting there, you're kicking back, you're enjoying the smoke. Filigree is nearby. She's stopped talking, just kind of been watching this. The Warforged, the green Warforged, was overgrown with verdigris, steps beside you, lifts that massive sword of his, whips it around in hand, and slams it into the dirt near you. The sword. My lord would like to understand what the purpose of your mission is. And are you a man of honor?
Buzzkill much? Sure.
The voice comes from the sword.
Yeah. Oh, from the sword? Okay.
Yes.
Well, hello there, sword. I believe that
Lucas Chanterley, Squire of the Green Knight.
Okay, Lucas. I believe that I am a man of some honor, but I hold to a certain code. One might call it an outlaw's code, if you understand my meaning.
We have been familiar with many outlaws. Few of them have a code.
Yeah, those are the wrong sort of outlaws. I try not to associate with them. I think my companions are the good sort. They all...
You mean the inebriated dwarf and the fetus?
I mean, they're just having some fun. There's nothing wrong with that.
By all means, after a mission well done, merriment is called for, but we cannot affiliate with those who would besmirch my lord's great reputation.
By your lord, do you mean... And I look up at the
hedge?
Warforged, the hedge knight.
The Green Knight has taken a vow of silence in the name of his honor.
Like
I
most
speak for
shrubberies.
Well, now, correct me if I'm wrong, but your lord works for her ladyship, does he not?
He's traveled with Lady Filigree up to this point with an understanding.
Fair enough.
She has proven her usefulness and her own honor. But now that we've entered an agreement, that extends to you.
Sure. Well, my agreement is with her ladyship, and this, therefore, it extends to you as well, and your lord.
Understood. He pulls the sword out, whips it up behind him, walks away.
Well, he's a fun one, I say over to Filigree.
Very useful in a pinch.
I know the sword.
I owe him my life and then some.
That's fair.
You get used to it. Actually, give me knowledge, religion. Actually, you notice that the Green Knight has strange runes, everything etched into the Warforged parts that are still apparent. They're not overgrown, but you don't understand their significance. Are you interrogating the rats?
Oh, what do you mean by not acting normally?
They're ignoring the food. They also seem to be, despite the fact that there's a large number of people, it's fairly inert to that. You get the very much impression that they're watching you, not just you, but you, Filigree, you.
I'll go up to near one of them, kind of squat down. What bothers you, tiny one?
We have been instructed.
By?
Cantor.
Who's Cantor?
The preacher. You are going deeper than you should. You will in danger. Good danger or bad danger has yet to be seen.
Can we speak to Cantor?
Cantor has other guests.
I would like to speak to Cantor at some point if he ever becomes available.
I will pass that along.
I'll pick up Ecliptic. Ecliptic says hello. Just all the frills just...
Yeah, the rat will beat it.
I'll fucking kill you.
Basically, yes.
I have seen the rot in the center of existence. Come, let me share this with you.
You
Oh,
like,
we have the same Tuesday midday event.
do you like my tentacles?
Please, we accept all fan art of Ecliptic.
It should be a brain rat.
And what was the name of the person?
You actually met him last session, Alichan Cantor.
Okay. And I'm gonna go find whoever is not just immediately massively inebriated.
Not him.
You see Ulysses actually is going to pick him up. I have rooms. You'll be taken care of. So you actually going to nestle in, and then you feel the machine parts underneath Ulysses' left shoulder. So left is where he has the metal in his jaw going down. There's definitely a lot more work has been done on him than you originally realized.
Okay.
So, our friend Cantor apparently is asking the rats to keep an eye on.
We should kill the rats.
If you're hungry, we can
One
get
holds
you
beside,
food.
fuck you too, buddy.
One of them pulls out a
I thought we were brothers.
I will not be spied on.
and pulls out a fucking switchblade.
Anytime.
Pull out my dagger. Come on, asshole.
When you lose to
Bring
a
it.
rat, I will make fun of you endlessly.
I would kill the rat. I have killed many rats, especially in my weaker days. But no, and this is this man some ally of yours?
Ally could be a strong word.
Acquaintance?
We know of him.
Tell the rats to keep away from me. I have a 5-foot no-go zone.
I'm gonna go to the rats and tell them he smells delicious.
Yes, we know. Well pickled, that one.
Give him a good sniff when you can.
You're gonna be very popular this evening. So Ulysses will. There are basically, instead of having an inn, there are like this was the sports coliseum and everything once upon a day time, and underneath the bleachers and everything, underneath there is extensive rooms and what has been refitted as basically inn rooms, and Ulysses will treat you to some of them. It looks. You see more of Ulysses' guards, most of them, a good portion of them bearing the signs of being former Zoska militia. And the wounds of being former Zoska militia. So as you are heading in, your father is close. As the fireworks light up the night sky, your father asserts himself. You feel his will like gravity. And you watch as around you, unbeknownst to all these like small stones, everything starts skittering and moving and slightly levitating.
Interesting. Okay. Does anyone seem to be looking up while this is happening?
You notice an occasional eye pointed skyward. And as you look over the tops, because there are these, many different booths for selling different wares and everything, also carnival games, that kind of thing. The rats are running up, and a large collection of them are just like standing and looking as if all of a sudden they intend to howl at the moon no one else sees.
Can I get my tank back?
It can be provided.
I don't like sleeping in the jar.
Like a fucking goldfish.
You wake up, rats just licking inside of the jar all night.
Oh my god, Jettison's dead.
Just floating at the
Someone
top.
someone forgot to change his water. God damn it.
It's actually just how he always sleeps, just upside down, just
feed
belly
me.
up.
We didn't feed him.
Just go buy fish
We
flakes.
fed
to
him
shake
too
it
much.
in.
Who knows?
Oh god, he's eating the glass.
Anywho. We interrupt your normal festivities to remind you that Genesis is super gross, and we'll occasionally check back in on that. Okay, so. Going in. Is there anything else you guys are trying to accomplish this night?
I might ask Filigree how far our alliance extends these days. Would it?
Whatever do you mean by that?
Well, just want to know how close negotiations could get tonight, for example.
Are you coming on to me?
Yes.
The immaculate Riz. Are you hitting on me? In fact, I am.
Do you want me to be?
I know we have been close previously, but considering our current business association, I feel that might complicate things.
Understood. We'll have we'll consider it a professional distance for now.
To be revisited upon completion.
Agreed.
Rejected!
Sad little. I just walk away and there's just one little tear.
Tear bubbling up in your
Yeah.
goggles.
Exactly. So there are different rooms. They're mostly separated by like hangings and everything as far as that, as opposed to like rigid barriers. There are a few that are more secure rooms. So you guys are going to get kind of like several connected rooms. We definitely see everything here has seen better days, but obviously been retrofit and repaired as much as possible. Okay, now you can all benefit from a long rest if you like.
I'm just gonna park myself in the corner of his room.
Ah!
Horrible.
For that alone.
This sucks.
I'll take a half long rest.
He sleeps like a rock. Every time
A
someone
really loud rock.
Yeah.
The loudest rock ever.
The whooping rock.
The whooping rock.
Godric, you're going to awaken in motion. You are suddenly like off the top, and then you're being set down. You're facing the Green Knight.
Hello. Hi. We
My
didn't do
lord would like to
anything.
inform you that it is morning and is well past the time we should be on our way.
We didn't do anything last night, did we?
You did as
I don't think that is anatomically possible.
Okay, you can put me down now.
Can you stand?
Maybe we'll find out together.
Sets you down.
I stand.
Dusts you off a bit.
Oh, thank you. Oh, I fell asleep in my morning clothes. I didn't get to break out my pajamas.
This is not the time for pajamas.
There's always time for pajamas.
I have to agree with him.
1 sec, I need to. Oh, you're alive. Good.
Oh, what a strange.
I
group we
always
find
worry
ourselves
when you
with.
fall asleep in the bowl.
I wasn't in the bowl. I'm in my tank.
Adventure calls, brethren, companions.
What about time for breakfast?
You can take it on the road.
Fuck, I hate road breakfast. I start putting on my. Oh wait, I'm fully clothed.
Ew.
Even boots.
Yeah.
Ew.
Especially the boots.
The boots always stay on.
How sweaty. Want some
Phil
grease
agrees
for
a
your
lot
hair?
nicer about waking you up.
Want some grease for your hair?
Oh no, I think I've got enough. But thank you. I say as I repatch the wisps of my balding head. At 8. I look as beautiful as the day I slid into this world.
Wakey, wakey, little jet. You see a figure is swirling the water on your tank.
Oh no, you'll mix the grease back in. You just. What is it? Oh, thank you.
You're gross. You're nasty, but...
What is it? What do you want?
Apparently adventure calls.
Adventure?
Yes, adventure,
Who's she?
excitement. Don't you want to have an adventure?
It's not a person, Dixie.
Oh, I see. You're referring to the metaphorical concept of adventuring.
Yes.
It's
Wait, have you ever met a person named Adventure?
And then
You see that Vera's makeup has kind of like settled
remember
around
that
her
time
mouth
we went
now. It
into
looks a
that
little bit like a
strip club
grinning
in,
skull at this point.
Oh, I remember Adventure very well.
it's lovely.
Or was her name Jasmine? I can't recall.
Journey.
Journey!
I have actually met a journey in my life.
There you go. We were reminiscing about the stripped club.
Stripped?
Yes.
Yes, they were already stripped.
Yes. No foreplay. Straight to business. Some refer to as a brothel, but those are savages.
This is why I don't take kindly to the term adventure, because this is their version of an adventure, you see.
It fucking.
I'm immediately regretting our acquaintance.
Listen, it fucking
You
sucks
seem a man of
living.
low honor and poor moral fortitude.
My fortitude is perfectly fine. I'll have you know.
And I do believe that you might still be inebriated, which is
Oh, it's
bad
in the
look for an
It's
adventure.
in the beard. All right, it's the vapors.
I do believe you're also mildly hysterical.
There's nothing.
Allow my lord to rectify that.
There's nothing mild about me, my friend. I fucking lost it.
The Green Knight is going to backhand the drunkenness right out of you.
Oh, I'm sober and I suddenly remembered everything.
Your accent should have changed right there. Suddenly I'm Irish instead.
Enough lollygagging, let's go meet adventure.
Okay. There's the name of the episode, by the way. Let's go meet adventure.
Let's go meet adventure.
I'll come downstairs at some point.
Okay. Everyone's getting ready and everything.
Yeah.
As I walk by the table, if there was food out or something, I'll gesture to it and the plate will just kind of float and follow behind me as I walk out towards the door.
It's a continental.
There has been a breakfast provided.
But
Yes.
is it a continental breakfast?
It seems to be a strange collection of different meats and strange fruits and everything.
What they could find.
Yeah, it's more of like a scavenge than like a proper layout. Yeah,
I'm gonna have
spread.
a big platter of food just gonna float behind me. I'll place Ecliptic on the plate. He'll just have his breakfast as he chooses.
I was gonna steal food off that plate, but now it's Ecliptic's plate.
You see that as you're doing this, a rat will steal up on it, steal up on the thing, steal a bit of meat, look very meaningfully at you, and just.
Is Ulysses here, or did he retire to his own dwelling?
He did not sleep here this evening.
Gotcha.
Well, are we
You see,
ready?
you see Screwhead as an attendant watching by the door. Apparently, he's away from his usual gate duty.
Are we leaving immediately or do we have time?
Well, it seems like the Green Knight wants to get moving.
We've wasted enough time here.
Did you need to resupply or something?
I have food.
All right. Just check it.
If you guys want to take the long entrance out, I wanted to go speak. Ulysses owes me 2 questions. And I feel like I might be able to glean some information that might be pertinent to us.
Are you talking to anyone in particular? Or are you...
I'm talking to the group,
Okay.
so all of the Green Knight's companions and my companions.
If we have a moment, I can speak more with the rats.
I mean, don't you speak a lot with rats anyway?
I'm in no rush. If you genuinely need to go speak to the good captain, was he?
Captain, yes.
Captain, you
That's a question Filigree's going to pipe up. A question from Ulysses is worth its weight in gold. Or
Yes.
Zel marks. So I'd be very considerate about what you ask him.
Well, I get 2, so I can fuck up 1.
Also, whatever you do, don't bring up Saska.
All right, there goes one of my questions.
Unless you served, he's really not keen on discussing.
That's perfectly fine.
The place that got dusted.
Ugh, dusted is a fucking terrible word for it.
So,
Do you have a better one? Or one less apt
Screwhead.
description?
makes a very painful motion with that.
From my understanding, the militia put up one hell of a fight. It's just that
They lost.
If legends are to be believed, there wasn't much of a fight to be had. It was more akin to divine wrath than a war. This is the sword speaking.
I heard a city sneezed and an entire city vaporized.
A city full of Screwhead. A city full of people, homes. Just defending ourselves. Yeah, it does not exist anymore. It was
So no talk
dusted.
about war.
talk about war.
No talk about religion.
All right.
No talk about politics.
Well, that narrows it down quite
And
significantly.
no Saska.
Are you trying to date his daughter?
Huh?
Might want to bring flowers too while you're at it.
No.
I hand you some cheese. I heard cheese works well as well. That was meant for her, but okay.
You never turn down cheese. If someone gives you cheese, you eat it.
Cheese is a fucking luxury item here.
Just turn back to Ecliptic, just round with cheese.
There's a big old Swiss cheese corner and then just ecliptic around it.
A triangle-shaped ecliptic. Because he swallowed the whole thing.
Oh.
Did anyone see the moon last night? It was beautiful.
Who's saying this?
It was like something out of a picture. Vera.
Gnome, yeah.
She's there. She's juggling her planets.
As far as y'all know, there's no moon.
That's what I was going to say.
It was so romantic. I almost hear the music.
I think she might be crazier than I am.
Yeah, well, we all have our things.
I take that as a compliment.
Oh, I hand them out.
My mother always said I had a uniquely open mind.
It's less,
She does that. Her makeup shifts all around the side of her face.
that's kind of awesome.
You know, my mother said that I was hard-headed. And she was right.
That might have saved your life, though. I heard you fell out of a floating city?
Yes, 30,000 feet.
You should be Jello.
I'm not. I don't know how.
Inside his head might be.
Crack open?
I've tried. I've offered. He keeps turning me down for some reason. I really want to see what's in his head.
So Filigree leans over to you. We don't enter sharp objects.
It might make an explosion where you hit.
Maybe. That would be cool if I'm left behind a crater. I don't really remember. I think I was unconscious for...
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
What year is it?
What year is it, DM?
1076?
I don't have a timeline.
I know.
1076.
1076.
Or 1075.
Oh, that's right. Yep, millennial. Yep. 1075.
1075.
An age of mortals.
What year did I fall?
Before this one.
Yeah, that's usually the way time works.
There's just a
Usually,
no,
but not always.
big old...
Time is not a line. Time's more like spaghetti. It just kind of all jumbles up and around. Sometimes you can skip from one line to another.
Well, it's not how it works for me, but okay.
My sympathies and my congratulations.
I suck back in the
You are
drool.
too narrow.
Well, I guess that's one way to say I'm not overly overeating.
No, we need to find another granary.
Mm-hmm.
This is not. If I have to eat another fucking brick of hardtack, I'm gonna lose.
So while I'm enjoying all this, Screwhead, I'll chime in. I'm here to escort you to Ulysses when you're feeling better. Despite his condition, he remembers a promise was made.
Right?
Do we
Excellent.
want to speak to our friends first?
You mean your rats?
He
They're
made
not
clear the
mine.
invitation was for you and you alone.
All right.
Well, should we wait here for you?
I can meet you at the south gate.
Would you rather get more information rather than less before you walk off?
I mean, I feel pretty safe in the city.
I didn't mean about that. Information in general.
I mean, I'm gonna go get information from Ulysses. If you want to talk to the rats, by all means. I can't stop you.
No, you really can't.
Exactly, so go talk to the fucking rats. You don't need my permission.
All right, we'll meet you at the south gate. We'll follow him to his rat folk.
Right.
Yes.
I'm going to ritual cast Speak with Animals again.
The rat waits patiently for you to finish your magical preparations and everything.
It takes time.
Looks at its wrist a couple times.
Fun enough, there actually is a little sundial there. It still doesn't work inside, but he just checks it anyway. Yes.
Cantor sends his regards.
Does he have time to speak?
He's made an allowance for you and you alone.
All these people.
There are
with their
many. There were
private
many.
conversations.
No, terrible.
There were many visitors in the moonlight last night.
Where I go, Ecliptic goes too.
Certainly. Does not get anywhere near closer to
Oh, I
Ecliptic.
figured. I'll look at him. I'll look at my little friend. Try not to eat too many of them. I'm just gonna pocket Ecliptic and stand up and look at the rat. When do we go?
As soon as you are ready.
Plate of food. It's still floating next to me. I'm just occasionally just eating off of.
Is this all normal? That sword?
Yes.
Where'd you get those glasses?
This is very normal for us. Shall we adjourn to the south gate and await our companions? Let us go
Yes,
seek
certainly.
out adventure.
Hey, Jettison, how about you and I have a private conversation? Nobody could hear what we're talking about.
I recommend you both.
What are you,
bring-
5? Sure. Let's have a good old conversation. Ooh, maybe we could talk about girls.
Jettison, you've never seen a woman in your life.
I was trying to be friendly. Damn it. I hate you.
I despise all of you.
I do recommend that you both
Any
hear
of you,
each other.
Phil agree. Do any of you actually like each other?
We're professional companions.
Yeah, it's a work relationship.
It's a very working relationship.
I like Ecliptic. Ecliptic has no choice in the relationship.
Secret out of my breath, I die for all of these guys.
I just want validation and friendship, that's all.
I push away everyone I get close to.
My father's fucking flushed me down the toilet.
It's a defense mechanism and I need help.
So you're having private conversations. You two are doing a group therapy session.
My therapist fucking hates me.
Okay, so you guys are doing this at the same time. You're not waiting on him to finish the conversation, are you? You're doing the same time. Okay, so we'll go ahead and go you first, and then you. Okay, so you guys go to the south gate. Screwhead is will lead you to basically, so that you have again this oval dome. So it kind of sends you to lead you around to a more was clearly not exactly a throne room, but it was probably some sort of like flat where like influential people could watch the games. So it's now been open and a palisade. That's a good word for it. A palisade.
It's like a VIP booth.
A VIP booth. That's the word. Yes. Raised up, you see several other. You see Ulysses. You see the kids. His 3 children, and another several of his obviously his people, marked by wearing these Oscar uniforms, and a few what appear to be bronze warforged in the back. Both of them, 2 of them armed with, they look like crossbows without the side pieces, and instead having a number of rings about this big. There is a arrow placed in the first set of rings. They're just levitating in space on each one of these weapons. Ulysses is shirtless. The heat of the day, the sweat kind of just on him and everything. He looks like the worse for wear from last night, but still has his big smile on his face. He's smoking a large cigar, apparently having his first drink of the day.
Good morning, Ulysses.
Godric, I was hoping you'd make it. Come, have a seat.
Alright, you're looking like you just got hit by a truck.
And I was driving that truck. I deserve this headache. It is a battle wound.
Oh, don't worry, I got the shit slapped out of me this morning.
Really?
So at least we shared the same battle.
Come, friend. I hope you slept well.
I did.
Have you eaten?
I have participated in a fine array of a lot of cheese, actually.
You know how hard it is to come by cheese in a place like this?
I know.
That was on purpose.
Right, well, I thank you for your hospitality. You're generous as always.
Of course.
Right.
You see out there all of that chaos? You see gestures while you just see the carnival.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm gesturing beyond it. You see, they are animals tearing each other apart out there. Not here. You are safe. You are safe with Ulysses. In my carnival, it is civilization.
The heart of civilization, center of the city.
All that we have. Not those reclaimers. Those reclaimers are savages like anyone else.
Bunch of Zel lap dogs.
Yes.
Right. I do believe you owe me 2 questions.
I do not forget. This head may be old, but it's still very strong.
Of course. Now, I'm well aware that you know pretty much everything that goes around in the city.
I make it my business.
What do you know about an item called the Heart of Radiance?
Now, I have some questions of my own about that. You are not the first to come asking for the Heart of Radiance. The last man asked me about the Heart of Radiance. He put a gun to my head.
I don't have a gun.
In my house.
That's very bold.
He regretted that decision. The heart is many things, but it draws people to it, like flies to shit. Is the who has you searching for?
Well, that's my second question, which we'll talk about later. And I'll explain that to you when we get to there.
I know this is very rude of me to ask a question in response.
No, it's perfectly fine. I understand your apprehension and your
I speak out of concern for you.
Yeah, I'm also asking out of concern for myself. From what I understand, a lot of people are basically trying to kill each other for it, especially if, they come into your house, a person comes into your house with a loaded gun.
He thought I could be intimidated. He was wrong.
Of course.
Now, the heart is a dream. And it is a dream I understand. I've seen the lengths people are willing to go to for Aether, amongst other things. I see the divide that Aether makes. It makes gods of some and stepping stones of others. The heart, as I understand, is a way to break that. It is a way to provide power that is beyond Aether. But you realize that any dream like that is a dangerous one. That is what I know of your heart. I know that many have tried.
Well, the second question, which it relates to the first, the group that has sent us to go after looking for the heart. What do you know about the Bellator group? And specifically, he pulls out some notes. A woman called Antilis?
Antilis? You one of her dogs then?
No, not that dog. I'm just contracted. From our agreement, she's offered 1,000 Zel marks for the heart.
Remember, there was a time that I would have done great violence for 1,000 Zel marks.
And now you understand my line of thinking.
Now I would pay 10 times that amount to never hear that name again.
Right?
That woman will not deign to step her foot upon this. She will not muddy her boots with the Zel Antilis. No. But she sends people. She sends her dogs, those who do her bidding without asking. And she does not care about any of you. And she always is playing a bigger game. This group, they made this heart, or claim to have made this heart. And they think they own it, and they think they own everything around it.
So what you're saying is that they're as dangerous as the heart, if not more.
Now that you have chosen to serve them, you are on their list. And you have to bring back something.
Well, hopefully we can find something, if this heart even exists. And it's not some hallucinated dream or something that broke during the fall. But I thank you for your insight.
I want to tell you a story. It's a free question, if you will. Your Valator group, they were having a party before. It was not. They were not celebrating. They were celebrating an unveiling, and they say that before it fell, there was not a living soul left in that headquarters. They were dead before it fell. But that is how the story goes. As scavengers have told me, I now tell you.
Do you think the heart caused the city to fall?
I don't know about that.
Just that they were dead before they hit the ground.
I'm just an old man who knows.
You're an old man who scares the shit out of a lot of people.
I scare those who scare others. I have many times they have tried to scare me back into my hole. They tried to put me in my place, and I will not be moved. I will not be a stepping stone for any.
I can respect that.
Now here, he passes you a cigar. Look, to be smoked when you are successful.
Pack it away.
Do come back again.
I will try.
You are welcome here.
Well, I've been killed once, supposedly.
So have I.
So, I'm already a dead man walking.
Just be very careful, Mr. Godric.
Right. I'll keep you no longer. I hope you enjoy the rest of your morning. It's morning, right?
Too early, too early. But there is business to be done.
Exactly. A lot of walking. God, I hate this city. Why do I work here?
At this point, one of the automated engines kick on, and the sounds of trumpets and everything go off. And the sound of like every person with a hangover in the entire carnival just like groans as
shut
one.
the fuck up. Where does it come from?
Meanwhile, you're seeing a man about a rat.
Mm-hmm. Well, seeing a rat about a man mostly, but
See, the rats are all kind of this way and that. You find basically a part of the Colosseum that's kind of been collapsed in and just made into kind of a lean-to. Mm-hmm. And you see that there is this shadowy pool that's gathered of like organized rubbish around in. It looks, anyone who's just walking past would probably see it as random, but you notice it's been very particularly arranged. And you feel power move around it. In the center of this, and there's these line of rodents all moving in, is the man you know as Cantor. He looks up, his yellow eyes fixed on you.
as I'm about to walk up, I'm going to cast guidance on myself, just to be safe. So I walk up, nod, bow a little bit. You have concerns of the people here?
I have many concerns. You are one of my concerns now. Picks up the rat, starts petting it. You saw the moon last night, which means you are close.
I've seen many things.
You and your companions are too close.
To what? They don't see it.
Too close to it, where the path forks. And you keep going back and forth, this way or that. I don't know which way you're gonna go.
I've not been gifted with that far in the future yet.
It's not as nice as you think.
That says something.
Why do you seek the star?
Payment, curiosity, it calls to me. Which answer do you want?
Curiosity? The moon, your father, our father, and the star aren't, gravity is not aligned. They pull in different ways.
I have a similar feeling to that.
And you may have to make a choice before this is over.
I assumed as much.
Are you ready for that?
Is anyone ever ready for the choices they are forced to make?
I am.
And I envy your position.
It is hard to be king amongst rats.
It's hard to see what is hidden from many.
You see a green vial he comes out with as he snaps his hands back and forth. You'll need this.
And what is it?
A memory.
Ah.
One of the Wraithmongers.
Ah.
Fell off the back of his cart.
Happens.
But I know that that will help you make your decision.
It is appreciated. What can I do for you?
I will be around. I have many eyes. Just keep an eye out. Speak to my rats when they come.
I shall do that.
Now if you'll assume.
Why? Why help me? Why help us?
Because you can see.
Hmm.
So can few others. And those that can see aren't usually want to listen.
The one with the stars around her head.
The gnome.
She can see. I don't think she knows what she sees, though. How? What is she?
There are paths we all walk. And normally, your dwarf friend, a ranger, not the man in the bowl maybe, I don't know about him, but they only can see their own path, only forward, and only see their fellows when they get close enough, as long as they are useful. There's so much above and below that straight line. You, myself, the gnome. Well, gnome's a bit of an exception. We oscillate strangely. We see many paths and cross them. Well, we still have a frequency. There's so much that we can see, so many realms that we see. And the gnome doesn't so much as oscillate as bounces all over the place. She is a creature I have not seen before.
Drifts through currents without knowing what she's drifting through.
Powerful and dangerous.
And you're concerned of her as well.
Yes, but I didn't reach out for her for a reason. I do not think she means anyone any harm, but that will not stop her hurting.
You have my gratitude. And I'll nod and
I will ask for a favor at some point. Something small, something you can lose. But there will be a favor.
I assumed as much.
He will hunker back down, and the rats, then he kind of forgets you're there, and picks up the next rat and begins having a conversation with it.
Plate's still following after me. I've got it for an hour. So I'm just gonna leave some cheese and some snacks.
Meanwhile, at the south gate, have you been reinstalled?
Yes, I'm back in black. All good. Ding ding.
You'll see a path you see a pack of those alpha mongrels.
Sorry, I'm trying not to geek out.
What?
I'm trying not to geek out.
So you see a green dragonborn, wearing similar to their colors and everything, and there's an angry discussion happening.
This is like a gang.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are giving him such shit yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
The guy who blew up.
Right.
No, he was a face eater.
Look, it's the ferals.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, no, I misspoke. Go back. So not alpha mongrels, the wasteland wendigos.
That's what I'm
That was
saying.
it. Yeah.
Mhm.
why
So
I was
it's a group
thinking,
of the wasteland wendigos. Yeah.
My point stands. Look, it's the ferals. I'm gonna sharpen my harpoons.
You have harpoons?
They look a tad,
Tiny ones.
tad myth.
I have no questions.
I have a tiny little harpoon gun.
The green dragonborn will take a large chunk of just rubble and heaves it at the side of the Colosseum, and then in a long string of a language you do not recognize, but is foul enough to sort of cloud the air, just the hate coming off of him.
Not our circus.
It's in a bad mood.
And then, so they go back. You see these, they look like bikes, but they don't have wheels. They're a little bulkier, they're a little more extended. They're kind of boxy looking. Gets on that, looks back towards the Colosseum, just hate blazing in his eyes, does one of these. And several, the legs, canine legs, will pop out the side of this. Mechanically articulated, and the thing will start leaping away, bounding away, followed by several others.
All-terrain fucking bike.
It's a Boston Dynamics motorcycle.
Spot fucking had a glow up.
Some people just can't act their age, it seems. Excuse me.
My
So
liver.
the sword clunks into the ground next to you.
Oh, good. What do you have for me today?
Have you had encounters with these rapscallions? These base scoundrels?
Not personally. We've had an encounter yesterday. There was an impromptu boxing match that our dwarf companion proceeded
The
to.
fine art of fisticuffs.
The fine art of fisticuffs.
Also,
and
I've heard referred to as the sweet science.
the sweet sign. What?
Are you licking people's fists?
Ugh, how'd you?
Just drifting.
So these are now our enemies then.
Yeah. I
We
think
shall meet them in
that.
glorious combat.
Oh my goodness. I think they're everyone's enemy, but let's not go searching for conflict if it can be helped.
They sound violent and a danger to others.
They are.
Then they shall be met and smote appropriately.
Oh, you're one of those types.
I fall down a flight of stairs.
Oh, fuck, shit! Okay, and yeah, you're at the gate, everything there. Your weapons have been returned to you. You are fully outfitted, everything. So you have the map from Filigree about where originally the headquarters was located.
Where is that located?
It's going to be what is in the dead zone at this point.
Of course, naturally the worst fucking place to be.
Kind of central. Is there a
It's
direction?
it's a very central location in the dead zone.
Well, I wish I had my etheric resonator working.
I know. I do have.
I could probably fix it if you genuinely need it.
I have a spell
Please don't break my ball.
or two that I can cast to get us in the. Once we get a little
So-
closer to the location.
Yeah, you get
Right.
impression of this map. Basically, this wasn't just a headquarters. It was like a compound.
Right.
Like the street, everything was like support
We
structures.
need to
for
get
this
within
place.
about 1,000 feet of the thing original first off, and then once we get even closer, within 30 feet, I'll be able to find it exactly.
Well, you better have your etheric sense up, because 1,000 feet is way too close.
Well, that's yeah. So I have a spell called Locate Object, which will, once we get within 1,000 feet, we should be able to find the general location of it. And then I do have my etheric sense, which I can kick in when we get like right on top of the spot we think it is.
All right. Well, I got my walking legs on. I got my questions asked.
Sometimes I hear colors and see thoughts. Is that useful?
I have those too. But normally it's my own thoughts and my own colors.
I'd like
I
to.
like you.
I like you too.
She's gonna take your hand.
Oh, all right.
I'd like to fix his resonator.
Okay.
That's cool.
My ball.
I think you just need a wire, right?
It needs an antenna.
I probably have something
He
floating.
took my
around.
fucking antenna. I'm not mad.
We can scrounge up an answer.
Can I 18 like jury rig it?
Yeah, you jury rig it. It's probably. It's gonna occasionally pick up oldie stations, but otherwise it's good.
There you go.
Thank you.
Good old jettison fix.
Suddenly Ron Perlman's voice comes out of it. War never changes.
This time on Rock FM.
What is this, Grand Theft Auto?
I've improved it.
It's terrifying.
So basically, you came out of the gates as leading into what would be the dead zone. You're kind of in a free, kind of open space, which is, I mean, when I say open space, there's still rubble and everything, but it is non-highly irradiated. You're going to see the signs and tracks of traders, merchants coming to and from the carnival, scavengers, everything like you.
There are Wendigos walking around. Just be careful. I know you were.
I'll fucking flatline a Wendigo. I don't care.
Yeah, they were.
I'll send a Wendigo to God.
They were in bad mood. So
Good. I hope that they're fucking pissed.
Maybe we shouldn't pick unnecessary fights. Phil, agree?
that's what Jettison said. Yeah.
Yeah, if a Wendigo comes over here trying to pick a fight, I'm gonna fucking flay him.
I agree that we should rid the world of rapscallions and scoundrels and highwaymen, but maybe not wear their skin?
Oh, I'm not gonna wear their skin. I'm gonna carbonize them and use them to fertilize the salted fields.
Damn.
He tried to eat my face in honorable and fair combat. We were in a fighting ring. I was gonna punch him in the dick. Rat. No offense. I look at Eclipse.
Your friend seems very violent.
he fell from the sky. It's just do that to you.
It's a mood swing kind of thing.
I like how that's just an excuse. Yeah, he fell from the sky.
His humors are all out of balance.
Oh, I'm tired.
I'm gonna have a lay down now.
Not yet.
Y'all
You
smell
got a ways to
toast?
go before you can lay down.
All
All
right.
right.
One foot in front of the other.
So basically, when it comes to the dead zone, as it were, I mean, it's very much the industrial and corporate sector previously, or corporate guild sector of the city. But instead of, it's not gonna just be like a cut of like, this is the dead zone, cordoned off with things like radiation markers in it. But there's this definite gradient between you're like, suddenly you don't see anyone coming this way. You don't see the marks of any, this place has not been cleared of debris. There has been no efforts to reclaim past this point. And that is when you so it's the city and everything, the bright light of day down at the desolate, worst hit. This still looks like recently a bomb has just gone off and just devastated this place. And you get this not unpleasant, but this warmth in that collar that you've been provided, which you hope means is doing its job.
I'll turn on the resonator.
It's gonna.
Yep. We're
Yeah,
in the
it'll
dead zone.
crackle with the sound, with the ether. Yeah.
I'll just turn it down to very low.
So like it's not like immediately, like if you were wearing these, it'd be like immediately terminal, but like there's definitely a lot of aether.
Do we even see like bodies?
What you're gonna see a lot of is blast shadows. You see like silhouettes of people burned into walls. Some of them occasionally flicker with things like faces and body parts kind of slightly out of sync. This is, well, obviously disturbing. It's not actually new to you. The aether disturbance when the city fell, Zel Antilis fell, unsynced a lot of people. And you'll see these reverberations, these like people trapped in the last moments. It's not a soul, it's not a ghost. It is an after image. An echo. The fact that the elves could interact with them is unique. But the phenomenon itself is fairly widespread throughout Zel Antilis.
Do you want to lick it?
No. Why would I want to lick it?
I don't know, you do weird things with chemicals all the time.
It's not chemical at all. That's just strange.
Well, these are the memories of the dead. Some decorum is called for. Sword.
I walked through one of them.
Your box lights up. This goes from pleasantly warm to hot.
Right, don't walk in them. And also, oh, poor Boxy. Anyway.
Is it just your pet?
No, it's a tool.
Does it need to be fed? I have something. She pulls out what looks like arranged copper wire in like little flower shapes.
It's adorable.
I didn't do it. That just randomly does that when I touch things.
That's very interesting. I just put it on one of the antennae.
It starts singing a little bit. Like, you know, like children in a horror movie, like kind of nursery kind of way.
That's a you problem.
So, as you are walking, is there any, what's your formation? How are you guys approaching this? You're going to Dead Zone. You have been here before. There's an extent to which you're willing to go through. In fact,
How far across would it take to walk from one end of the dead zone to the other?
you're looking at an expanse of several, so you're looking at a travel of several hours.
But you can't walk in a straight line.
Right now you have these colors prevent the worst of it. You also, the problem is the fact that there are some areas that are just so fucked up, it's just hard to cross them without.
How about for
flight.
now, I will scout ahead in stealth. When we get a little closer or deeper in, I'll come back to the formation and I'll cast Pass Without Trace so that we can all kind of go stealthy. But for now, I'll just sort of like be the scout.
I'll be in the front because I think I have
middle?
I'll be the back.
The least stealthy.
we got to move all the rubble out of the way so your tracks don't get caught.
So Filigree will go with you.
Okay.
She's also quite acquainted with the ways of stealth.
And she probably doesn't want to let me out of her sight. That's understood. Because I'm that good looking.
Finger guns.
You find a mirror and you look at it and you're...
Nate, I can't tell if it's Nate or Jettison who's more disgusted with me.
Jettison.
With all your digits, that's how you choose to use them.
Give me a stealth roll.
Okay.
I believe.
Nat 20.
I told you I believed.
Let's go! So
How farther ahead are you going from the rest of the group?
Well, you know, maybe Filigree will help inform that decision a little bit, but I would say 100 yards.
So you're going to notice this procession. It's a bunch of gray-skinned individuals ranging from different species. The person in the front is completely covered in what looks like bandages and a cloak. Has a staff with two bells on the top of it, and every third step will kind of slam it on the ground, and bell rings. And the group kind of just, for a moment, and then continues. Their eyes are cast towards the ground, but they're grinding their teeth. You can see the muscles in their neck moving. Their hands are kind of locked in a rictus of claws. And they're moving very slowly.
I'd like to use Primeval Awareness. I'll have to spend a spell slot, which I'll do here in a second. But I'd like to sense whether any of them, or if there are any present within 6 miles of me, any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Does it tell you if there's anything in the area,
It tells me
or does it tell you if they are?
to sense
Yeah,
whether they are
targets-
present in my. It doesn't. Okay, yeah, it doesn't reveal the creature's location or number. But if I'm looking right at them, would I be able to tell?
They are not properly alive.
Okay.
It's not that they are undead, but they are not properly alive. They lack that spark.
Okay. I think I've heard of such creatures before. Or would you can tell me? Would my character have heard of such creatures before?
Yes, your character most certainly
Yeah,
has.
okay.
The Aether Starved.
Right.
As this person goes out, the bell ringer clicks. One of them will just like kind of tear free from that, start howling and try to go off, and the bell ringer will step out of formation, slam that staff down, and like stop them. Then like the person freezes, goes limp, comes back, and just like steps back into the procession again, as if nothing had happened. And it continues on.
What kind of fucking Dark Souls shit is this?
Have you met our storyteller?
Yeah.
So I would like to remind everybody that Ron came for my crown last thing, declared himself the new master of horror. And I would like to go under record, King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
We're just gonna one up this every time now.
Okay, anyway.
But yeah. So I will go back just to warn
Well,
everybody.
yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
give me perception.
Sure. Nice. It's gonna be 22.
As you turn to cut back and everything, you're going to see at the corner of your eye a building move.
The whole building just moves.
Shifted.
Yeah.
When you're looking back, you know, there was a building, a rubble there, a rubble there. Definitely saw a building move.
Like slide, or just like get up and like.
Just like slide. Just out of the corner of your eye, it shifted.
Do you see that?
She's still like watching this procession very intently. But what?
No, the building moved. That whole building just moved. I'm not crazy. I saw that building move.
Maybe this is not. At that point, all of you are going to feel this. There's a tremor in the ground. And suddenly a creature will erupt forth from the thing right under this procession. It looks like a plesiosaur crossed with a slum. You see it's got the pale white skin of the Aether mutated. You clearly see the black veins pulling around it, its eyes burning with Aether fire, but throughout its fins, throughout its side, you see the marks of like cobblestones, twisted metal, copper piping literally entwined into its being. And meshing around where its heart would be, where it almost seems to have like an external rib cage of this metal. And it moves up through the ground without breaking anything. Like it phases through it, scattering this procession, everything, and snapping two of them in half.